welcome to another episode of All About a Fursuiter. So for those who are brand new to my YouTube channel, I want to make a brief summary of basically what we do in this silly brigade. Basically what I do is I interview fursuiters. Like each week or each video, I basically interview a new fursuiter. Like recently I've interviewed Glitch. Yes, that Glitch. I've interviewed Bakari Room. I've interviewed Suka Volpe. I've interviewed Melly for Symphony, Charcoal the Circle, Nuka. I mean, not Nuka. Oh, I have Lion King stuck in my head for some reason. Nalu, Nalu Catfish, and so many more. And there's so many more fursuiters I'm going to name and interview in the future. But yeah, I just want to give a brief summary of what I usually do on this YouTube channel. Now getting on to the subject at hand and what this video this week is about. This interview, we are interviewing, drum roll please, we are interviewing PYXE. So for those who do not know who PYXE is, he is a TikToker like Suka, Orphe, and Tuners, and he has, this is crazy, but he has over 200,000 followers on TikTok. That honestly just blows my mind. That is absolutely incredible. Awesome job, PYXE. That is absolutely amazing. Yes, he has over 200,000 followers on TikTok. And yeah, that is pretty amazing. He's also rad. He's rad. But anyway, enough talk about that. Let's head over there to the Chroma Key Zone and interview PYXE. Let's get onto it, yeah. Hello everyone and welcome to the Chroma Key Zone. So here we are going to ask PYXE 5 questions and get to know a little bit more about him. Let's get right into it, boy. The first question I have for you, my dude PYXE, is how long have you had your fursuit, PYXE?
Hi, I am PYXE the Fox. Nice to meet you. Yay! So I've had my fursuit since June of 2017. I commissioned it from Doha Cacti, I think January, and got it in 6 months, and it is super, super cool. It's very, very worn out a little bit because I have gotten daily use of it. So it's definitely worth all the money that I've spent on it. However, I do enjoy, he looks amazing. He looks so lovely. He does look like my character, and I'm really, really, really proud of him. Shout out to Doha Cacti. Woo!
Now the second question I have for you, my dude PYXE, is what inspired you to go into TikTok?
Well, let's rewind all the way back to when TikTok was known as Musical.ly. So I started Musical.ly on August of 2017, and it was an interesting experience to kind of see the transition between how Musical.ly was beforehand, how TikTok was afterwards. The reason I got into it from when I started was I was watching a YouTube compilation of a boy named Jacob Sartorius. Now, Jacob Sartorius, if you don't know, he is a teenage singer, quite well known amongst the ladies, or a younger audience in that case. Kind of cringy if you ever want to look at it that way. But in that case, I always thought he was pretty cool the way he manipulated the camera when he would lip sync to a song. And I thought to myself, I want to do that, but I didn't want to show my face. So instead, I put on my furry head and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm an innovative person. I'm just going to put on my furry head and people are going to love me because I'm wearing a costume, a big fluffy animal. Turns out Musical.ly has a much smaller, not as big as TikTok, but it is a small community of furries that do use it. A lot of them were from the ages to 10 to 15, but they were super, super nice. Minimal drama, little things, little drama here and there. But in Musical.ly, it was super, super cool to just be a part of this small community of furries that know each other and love each other, and they're all supportive to each other. I just love it. It was great.
Now, the third question I have for you, my man PYXE, is for furries want to start a TikTok, what are some tips you can give them in starting out?
Well, let me give you the biggest tip I like to tell every single person that ever asked me about how to make their content better. And here's the answer. It's called retakes. That is correct. Retakes. There's so many retakes. A lot of people look at their content and they'll go, interesting. I think I'll pass that by. That's okay. Just whatever. I'll let it slide. It looks pretty good as it is. No. Retake. If you think something is off, well then retake. Because honestly, if you look at your video and you think something is off, you want quality. You want people to look at the video and see that you actually spent a lot of time doing that. And if they see that you took the time to retake and make that scene as perfect as it can be, they're gonna be like, "Oh, maybe I should follow this channel. This channel look good." And then you get the follow button, and then you can grow your audience from there. So retakes are hugely important.
And now the fourth question for you, my dude, is what was your favorite furry convention?
So my favorite furry convention, it's a toss-up between Anthrocon and MFF. Both had really, really, really great times, and some of them not so good times, but we'll focus on the good times. So I'm gonna have to go more for MFF because I think MFF had had a collection of more valuable moments that I would like to take to heart with me. For example, MFF was the largest panel that I've ever hosted for TikTok, which was absolutely insane. I hosted it with my friends Daxter, Dingo, with Nasaina, with Happy, and with Charcoal, Circle. And all 5 of us just were up on the stage answering questions to a room of 400 people, talking about TikTok and everything about it and anything you ever want to know about it. It was really fun. I've never had a moment like that ever where people wanted to come and listen and figure out how to make stuff for themselves. The community that was so small from Musically has grown into this giant thing. It was stupid insane. I actually was so happy for what we have accomplished as a community together. Not just in the furry group, but in the TikTok group. It was super cool.
Well, I suppose it's about that time we've hit the 5th and final question. And the 5th and final question for you, my dude Pixie, is how has the furry fandom inspired you?
I think this is a hard question. I used to be very, very unsocial, and I know that's a very common story, but it applies to me the most, I believe, in terms of what I found from the furry fandom. And when I was in high school, I was that loner kid that would sit in the back of in the hallways whenever lunchtime came, or sit in the piano room with my teacher and just kind of eat and never really hang out with friends and stuff. I had a small group that I would pop in every once in a while and be like, hey, but I felt like I was being bothersome every time I did. So I tried to eat away from that as much as I could. However, being in the furry fandom, I have gotten so much more outgoing than I ever thought I would be. I've gotten so much more confidence in myself and things in my head that I thought I would never be confident about. I was super happy that the furry fandom opened me up to a more embracement than pretty much anywhere I've ever been. That includes my family. I also had a very, very stern mother growing up. She was not the best, and she was not very fond of me coming out, to the point where she doesn't talk to me anymore. And it's quite sad. But I have a new family, and that's the furry fandom, and I love it. It's absolutely insane what these people that I call friends and family and everything, how they embrace one's personal identity. And I think that's just one of the best things I can get from the furry fandom. Thank you, Benji, for having me on. Thank you so much. I'm going to give you a little heart. We hope you have an amazing time, an amazing day.
Well, I think that about wraps up this video, everyone. I want to say a big, big, big thanks to Pixie for being in this video. Really, really means a lot. If you guys haven't checked him out on TikTok, I will leave a link to his TikTok down below. Everyone, check out his TikTok. He is absolutely incredible at it. He's amazing. I will as well leave a link to his Twitter and Twitch as well down below. I don't think he's on YouTube as much. I think he's more on Twitch. So I'll leave a link to all his social media accounts in general. I'll just put it that way. So thank you again so much to Pixie again. And thank you to all of you who watch my videos. Honestly, without the support of all of you, these videos would not be possible. I'll just say this, we're almost to 1,000 subscribers, and I have a really big video planned, and I'm really excited to show that when the time comes. So I'm just really excited. All the support just means so much. So thank you all so much again. But with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this, give us a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. But for now, I bid you farewell.